doing the bubbin often with Lofton. Today, we're gonna be learning Liar's second job. The winner of it all was just do all the characters in an order. So that's what I'm going to do, is do all the characters in order. Before we get started though, thank you, Scopes. Big thank you. iScope3, the god, the legend, the myth. Thank you for becoming a Patreon. I appreciate it. If anybody else would like to become a Patreon, scroll down to that link below. I do appreciate all the support. You guys are the reason why I can keep making these videos every single day. So thank you once again for the support. I do appreciate it. Not only do you get early access to my content, but you also get little goodies as well. And the rest of you guys, I'm not forgetting you. You guys will be in the credits, of course. But remember, every single Patreon that we get, I will shout you out. So thank you, iScope3. I appreciate it. Now let's talk about Liar's Second. So Liar's Second is actually pretty straightforward. It's not really a class that you would be using abilities willy-nilly as you would think. It's more of a class that you want to be kind of like a gunslinger. So this is one of the most laid-back PvP jobs. It's one where you just chill out. If you guys dungeon, you guys are familiar with Liar's second job because that's kind of the best one to play with. All right, so let's start with just the regular basic attack combo. You have the shot, you have the shot, you have the shot. You also have the roll shot, which knocks him down. But if you actually wait till she finishes, it actually will knock them down for you. See? So you don't really have to roll. Then if you do roll at the end and they are not knocked down, you do a double shot. The double shot and the critical shot actually do the same damage. So as you see, if I finish my combo, I get a double shot. If I don't, I get a crit. But they do the same damage. So don't think you have to wait to do it. I will say you don't want to go around spamming the roll. The reason being is you actually get stuck. I'll hold the right button, and you guys can see how long it takes for me to move. So I'll hold it right after I roll. So I'm holding it. See kind of how I stopped? So the more you spam that, the easier it is you'll be able to be stopped. It's kind of like a Jin roll. If you guys ever played Jin or Prime Night, just a little point where you stop and people can know where that is, and they'll just jump attack you and then just combo you and you're gonna die. So when you're playing this, you don't want to just be rolling around willy-nilly, because that's not how you want to play. You will get killed and you'll lose really easily to someone who actually sees you just spamming over and over and over. The way you want to use your roll is you want to use it based off how close or how far they are. If you see them coming and you know they're not stopping and they're chasing you and they're like that, then you roll away to knock them down and push them back. Or if they are coming at you and just like once again a Jin or a Lass or anything that like is really fast, you can trick them by actually dashing into them while they go past you. And not only will you create distance, but you'll knock them back as well. So remember, you want to put thought into how you're rolling. You don't just want to roll around willy-nilly. It won't work. The next thing I want to talk about is the jump down Z. As you see, we have all that. That spinning was never there. She would always do the down thing, but she would never spin like this. And KOG balanced that pretty well. So if you do the down Z and you spin, it will automatically knock them down if you get to that spin section of the combo. But once again, if you actually don't get to that point, it won't knock them down as you see, and it's still used the same exact way. That being said, you don't want to continue to finish. You want to go ahead, do it, and then stop before she finishes so that you're not sitting there just randomly spinning when you know they're knocked down and just getting ready to get up and come get you. You know what I mean? So once again, this one just requires you to stop shooting once you realize you knocked them down. And the cool part is there's always sound cues. If you knock someone down, you'll hear them make a noise like they fail. So you'll never really not know if they fail or not. So that's the down Z combo. As I said, if you start spinning, you'll just instantly knock them down. You'll always keep them up until they get to that point. The next thing I want to talk about is actually the jump down. So you jump and you go down. Now Liar's jump is really floaty, right? She jumps in the air, she's floating for a while. You don't want to be like that in PvP, which is why having her get that double tap fall down quickly thing is important. You can choose to float, or you can choose to just jump a little bit. If you just tap it, she'll jump just a little bit. You see, I can just walk around and we're just doing our thing. We're doing our thing. If you hold it for a little bit, she will float. Now this float is really nice because she can ascend and descend pretty easily. You know, you see how I can get here without actually having to jump on that other part? Really nice. But if you want to drop quickly, just double tap down and you drop quickly. Another cool thing is if you're up here, and let's say the platform isn't under you, you can actually still drop even faster if you're dropping to the bottom level. As an example, if I keep doing it, she'll just keep dashing down until she reaches the ground. So I basically did a double tap. See? 3 times. Just quick. Somebody else can't drop that fast, right? An average drop is like this. Let's do it. That's an average drop. Did you see how fast Liar got to the bottom of that map? Let's just not even float. Let's just jump how a regular character would jump. Look at that. What the heck? Using that is very important with your play as well. That thing is broken. Okay, it's the same thing that Last has in a skill tree, but you're not using skill tree. The other thing I want to talk about is the kick up in her combo. So to do your little roll kick, what you want to do is you want to roll Z and then up. So roll Z up. See? Boop, boop. And you can't really juggle them with that. Once again, you just use it when you have to. It's not something you just spam because you don't really do much. I don't know if you can lead that into a, let me see something real quick. Hold on. Whew. Okay, this is, I want to try something. You guys know I like the lab. Okay, hold on. So let's just say we do this. Is this possible? Oh, missing is possible. Okay, I don't think that's possible. You guys know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to make it so that she gets knocked up, but okay, yeah, no, if you're knocked up, you're falling. Okay, so yeah, once again, I would just use that every now and then. It's not something that's worth using. One side note to the roll shoot, you will always shoot in the opposite direction that you roll. So if I roll to the left, I'm shooting to the right. If I roll to the right, I'm shooting to the left. Just remember that. That's always how it's going to be, no matter what. So once again, you do not want to just spam it. You want to make sure that you are rolling when you need to, not because you just want to roll around and do the combo and spam, go backwards. You don't need to do that. It will knock them down by itself if you just aim it properly. You can go up, you can go down. If you guys didn't know that, all liar jobs do this. You can go up and do that and go down based off where you're shooting. As I said, it will knock them down without you even doing anything. Once you realize they're not knocked down and they're still charging at you, then you roll, okay? Don't just spam the roll dash them to knock them down. Especially because it doesn't do that much more damage. It does 70 damage. If you tap them twice, you already achieved 70 damage. So, well, about 70 damage, right? 68. The final thing we want to talk about is her abilities. So the cool thing about her first bar is it actually allows her to change the direction of how she's shooting. So let's say if somebody's running at me right there and I use it, I can shoot her. As you see, she goes down, right? But that was kind of like, oh, you'll miss. You know, that's not really that great. But if you press up, she'll shoot it like that. So if you press down, she'll shoot it like that. If you press up, she'll shoot it upwards. So if they're ever on the side of you or above you, shoot it up. If they're ever below you, press down. All you have to do is press the arrow key and within this little skill window and she'll change the direction. I can even mash it. So let's say I'm pressing down, down, down. Oh, I need to press up. It'll still go up. It doesn't even matter. As long as you press the corresponding key before the animation ends. Next ability we have is our second. Not really that useful, honestly. As you see, it doesn't really do much. For the most part with Liar, you're going to be using the mechanics of rolling around and of just doing damage without skills. The only skill you should be using on repeat is going to be her first skill. So just kind of another use for her second ability. It can be used as like a get out of jail free card. If they are coming at you, they're getting ready to throw something at you, what you can do is you can press it, you can roll, press it, and then you can just kind of roll out again. And I cleared the whole map within 2 rolls. Whereas if I cleared it without using an ability, it would take 1, 2, 3 rolls. So you're essentially using your second ability as a roll if you have to. A really good get out of jail free card. If I'm gonna get tapped by something and I use that, I'm already out the area of their ability. And then of course we have her third ability, which once again I just probably wouldn't use. It doesn't really do much, but you can use it if you would like. There you go. It's just not, I wouldn't use it. You're out of mana and you're very stationary when you use it. You have no way to get out. Like if I just jump behind you, you're screwed. So I would definitely not do that. But you can if it's like a free lineup or you're trying to do it from across the map. If you're doing 2v2s or 2v3s and you just fire it off like that because you're safe, perfectly fine. Go ahead and fire it off, you know, because you're safe already. But I wouldn't do that if somebody's right in front of you. It just wouldn't work. So the main core about this job, and I'll just say it once again, is the fact that you need to be moving around and using your mobility to your advantage. That is the core thing of this job. The way you're jumping down, the way you're rolling, your ability for your second. You know, you want to be using all of these little cool tricks to get around, keep them off of you, and create that distance. If you can do that properly, you'll stand out like crazy from all the other spamming liars. You will be seen as an actual skillful liar. Because when somebody thinks about XBow, which is Liar's second job, they think, oh, they're just gonna spam and run away and blah, blah, blah. But if you're really good at it, nobody's gonna think that. So if you put the power into it, kind of like all the other jobs that I always say, you put that time in, you'll be nasty. You'll be a force to be reckoned with. As I always say, if you guys like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down to that Patreon below. It helps me being able to make these videos every single day. And you also get goodies, as I always say with that too. Until next time, you know what I always say, thank you for what? Popping often, well often.